Hi everyone. I'm saying hello from the sunny California, and my dog has a very good time swimming in the cold water. Um, we just left the hot springs, and it was a little too hot for her this time. At night it's fine, but swimming she's doing really well. Walking and driving the car in the car is kind of a roller coaster ride. Um, and the thing is that I actually know like the spasms that she's so experiencing, it's getting less and less, and she's getting more stable. But I know how kind of like horrible and painful it feels, and she's kind of doing really good with me. Like I give her water, and I like lift her several times through the night as well. Place her somewhere else, change her blanket. Um, and so she seems to be fairly content. Um, but yeah, it's kind of concerning because I know it. I looked up things, and that's gonna take a while for her to recover. But it seems like that she actually recovered beyond like that. It's gonna take her life. You just need to keep an eye on that she eats enough, and that's still hard for her at times. And then that she not sinks in a minute, but that too it goes better. Like her, she's able to clean herself more, and that allows her to, well, put oil on that allows her to swim a little longer. Um, oh, a cricket! Oh gosh, a cricket! Ow, ow! Oh Lord, where did the cricket go? Oh, it flies. Oh, she loves crickets. So yeah, we're at the reservoir. I just left the slabs for a minute to give the dogs a dip in cold water. Ah, that ah, there's that horsefly that like has all the dogs running actually, and that's a butterfly. I know, Nini. I should have killed it. I didn't dare to kill it. It's gonna come back again. Seems to like dark things. Um, it leaves the guy alone. So, hi. I hope you're doing okay. Um, um, so, um, this is kind of the opposite as the last time I filmed this. It's like so blue and it's so hot already. I think it's around like 80 degrees or something, and that's with the wind. So we're gonna have to leave soon because it's kind of hard in the car, and I had to ask some help because of the tire situation that I had some setbacks. Um, but it will be okay. Yeah. I don't. How can you find out who is in the room? Is it like anonymous? Hi. I'm just saying hi from California, and I just wanted to follow up on last week and stuff. We've been kind of made our way back from San Diego to through like the Mexican border again, and then we made it here. Yesterday we were at the canal, but oh, I think we were actually again. Again. Yesterday we were at the canal. I think we were there actually for 2 days. I was very tired and sick, and that's kind of what the traveling does to me right now. But no complaining there, because We just made it to the doctor, and the doctor was very happy to see me. Um, I s- um, I give my dog as much time to be in the water, and then in between I get her out to get her dry, but she lets me know when she wants to go to the water, and she's sitting there now actually cleaning herself again. She loves it. Um, oh, yeah, that was a bomb, practice bomb. Like she's actually standing partly in the water, and that's really good for her. On land, it's still very hard. Her legs flop, just actually my legs flop. Um, when I have those spasm stuff going on. Um, but she's making improvement each day. So how are y'all doing? Um, I don't know how I can. No, no cancel, no cancel. Um, I just wanted to say hi because um again took a break. There she comes. Hey, Yuki. Hey, Yuki. So this is a world of difference when she's sitting in the car or she can't walk just yet, but that's why it's so great that we're always near the water. Um, and I honestly, I have to fish her out. I have to like at the canal. I have to like take off my clothes and like go stand in the water, and sometimes I have to like chase her to get her out, especially if she gets like heavier with the water in her chest. But right now she's doing really good. Yaki! Oh, he's staying out, staying up. Sometimes her neck is all in the water, and not anymore. I know you're doing good. You happy? Yeah, yeah, I can tell. Hi, Joe. How are you? Hi, Joe. Good to see you. Look, my dog is swimming. She's very happy in the water. In the water, she's almost problem free. She she just has trouble on land still, walking and stuff, but that gets better too. I give her a lot of exercises in the hot springs and whatnot. Oh, you happy, Aki? Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. Hi. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, it's like so warm. Ow, ow. Is that another bug biting us? Oh God. Yeah, it's very hot. It's very different than in Nebraska and other places where they're like on the roof in the snow and the rain. We're kind of in the opposite. I couldn't stay in the car; it was too hot, and then they're fine right now. It's just we're gonna leave this week. I thought I was gonna stay a little longer for the next doctor appointment, but it's too hot. And then a little bit up north, it's still cooler, so um, it'll be fine. We just need to wait a few days to get to be able to go. But we'll be going near the canal and stuff, and I'll be checking in. But she's like really super happy too. Like See, yeah. And over there in the back, there's like this nest in the middle of like on that. Anyway, here on there are like, how do you call those birds? They're here. They're there in the air. They eat cadavers. The condors. They've been revived and they have a nest up there. Um, they're probably about the nest actually. Or wait, what is it? Yeah, maybe. Oh no, it's pretty too hot that way. Hmm. How is the weather where you're at, Joe? How's the weather where you're at in Texas? Oh, Guinea. Oh, Guinea. Be happy. Yeah, I like to swim a lot there. Oh, damn, that doesn't sound good, Joe. No, Guinness. That's not a toy for you. It's for dog. Um, that doesn't sound good. I hope everyone is okay there. It's a plant. Um, because last year we had to leave. Yucky! Oh, see the spot of the condor bird. Where's a stick for you, King? Huh? Can you get a stick? Uh-huh. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that about the fire or the in the chemical plant. So there's a lot going on this week, like as always, but it's kind of shocking. Wait, where's Baba? Papa! Here, there comes revived. They were extinct and then they were revived, and they're quite a lot everywhere, but they're needed. Oh God, there's that bird. Oh God. We're all dancing around this fly, the horsefly. That's why I'm like running around. Papa got scared from the fly. Come, it's okay. It's okay, come, Papa. I know, the fly was there. Come. He started running because I think he just got an experience with a horsefly. Because once they know, and one experience, they got the message. So, yeah, it's okay. I'm also kind of, trying to keep check of the dogs and the duck, and it's kind of hot to be honest. I would sit normally in the car in a shade. We use the car as a shade, and it's already hot enough. Ow! But I have to fish the duck out in a minute. Come, Papa. Ow! Oh God! There are two. There's two horseflies. Oh God! I just told the dog that there was no horseflies. Uh, I don't know if you can see them. Oh God! Remember when the swarm of bees by us just a minute ago? Yeah, the birds. Thank you, Joe. I really love checking in with you and other people. Um, I really realized like today when I was like, wait, in person, interpersonal relationships, especially in Slab City, are quite complicated for me. But when we have like different mediums, um, the things that actually make it so complicated are kind of being taken care of because of like um, with a medium in between. It kind of allows people to um, have more options and choices to interact with me or not, and vice versa. And in person, a lot is uh, done um, like non-verbal, and I just I'm always off. Like I'm just so embarrassed because it's like, but then well, here it's like you check in when you feel like checking in, and I check in when I have a moment, so you don't catch me necessarily on the wrong moment or unexpectedly. And at the same, that's another vice versa, because I tend to not necessarily read people very well of like when they're in the middle of something. And to be honest, we're always in the middle of something. It's just more a matter of like, are people like able to manage their time, or verbally saying like, I'm busy, or and um in person it goes wrong. It just, after 4 or 5 times, people get really uncomfortable either saying no or being ambushed sort of again. um I am very hardcore in real life, and it kind of sets people off. Like I try to like um I have a question of like, I visit Slab City a lot. I visit them once a week. And what's wrong, guys? Honey, yeah, are you in trouble? Honey, come. You're being bitten by the fly. I can tell. Come, Nini, come. Did they bite you? God, Nini, get walk around. If you want to, she still hasn't figured out that she can walk around. 1 second, guys, to eat the grass while hummus is stood on the other side. Um, that's kind of the difference what I've noticed between sheepdog and other dog. Oh, yeah, good. So I visit Slab City. Come, Guinness, come, walk around. Come in. I visit Slab City once a week. And then I live, at my regular, just like, um, BLM place if I can. Um, yeah. Thank goodness there are options. I don't need to be in Slab City. Um, Other people want to be. I don't necessarily. I just like to stop because I like. Um, well, I'm sort of a nomad, but it's kind of very structured. Like I go between 3 places basically. So um, every location has like 3 places where I can switch between, so that I'm not in the way, or that people or rangers can say, hey, you've been here too long, but also to give the dog some change of scenery. And that has one of the resources, either water, a body of water, food, or people. And so I love the traveling. Actually, it gives me a lot of like different perspective coming into a new situation, and especially my autism, which is funny because it's hard for me. Any change is really hard. Like um, and I started this lifestyle because I didn't want to be restricted by my inflexibility. Hey, Guinness, give me that now. That's for the dog. The duck. We'll buy another one. Yeah, we'll buy another. Where's your stick? Just get a stick. Here, look, there's a stick. Oh, sticky. Go on. Good job. You ready? And go. Good job, Guinea. Give it to her for a minute. Hummy. Here, you have it on your stick. Look, I got a stick. Um, and I want to say another thing. Like, I've learned to live like this. In a way that is very much harder in the city. Like I couldn't do this in the city. This is really luxurious compared to sitting stuck in the city. In the city, I would be sitting crying on a sidewalk, laying basically, not able to do anything. But I moved myself out of like not being able to change or be very inflexible to any changing situation, like every from moment to moment to moment. I didn't want to be stuck in that. I have pushed myself from really young on, when I even didn't realize that I had this form of autism, but I thought I was just weird and um, not retarded, but definitely I knew I was socially slower. But I was like, gosh, there's just such a big thank you, montage, disconnect between my intellect and the insights I have, and then my social skill and my street skills. But I can kind of compensate. And when I started to travel in different countries, again, being in a different culture puts that filter in place that have people break down of like, wait, we're different. We're not coming from the same way. And it brings people, even through different languages. I speak 11 different languages because of my gift learning in kinetic style, hands-on learning. In school, I was quite bad. In the regular school, in the hands-on school, I was doing really good. But I, again, I benefited from being in a different situation because other people also take a step back of like, wait, we're not coming from the same culture or background. We don't know each other. We don't even speak each other's language. And that, again, it puts these filters in place that normally in regular life, when I walk out there in Slab City to the Oasis Club where you can get coffee, all of that stuff goes just right out the door. In your face, someone is screaming that there's a butt plug. Like, I'm like, oh my God. And again, the media and, yeah, going to not just other countries but cultures or situations, um, is, I think, the more foreign it is, the more like, for me, it actually has benefited. That's where my skill set is. And when I go to Slab City, I practice kind of the people connections and maintaining acquaintance relationships, because I really need those skills, and I also actually need those kind of relationships in my life. As complicated they are, there is no other place, really, a community that would like just embrace me like this. Even though they don't actually. But yeah, I have come to love being able to be okay with myself and not need a house to feel safe. And that was for a long time. I would give everything, including my safety and my dignity and my respect and my presence here in America, up for just being in a house, in a, no matter how exploitative or abuse situation. I really was taught and conditioned. Wait, is that fly now again? God. Papa. He's still because that was the only way to live. I've learned from people in Slab City actually that it isn't. That people we can do with no matter what, but that again it's helpful if you can adjust some, and not everybody is able to adjust equally well. But I have been able to adjust to this because I think I actually already had that in my blood. I grew up in a foster care, and instead of being really like sad about moving to a new group home, I was like, oh wait, maybe there are better people there, better schools, or I yeah. So my chance is actually like that I do make that visit once a week, and to maintain those kind of connections, very artificially, but it sort of works. Um, the car I live in. Oh yeah, you should totally come and visit the slabs, and I would say visit things on the way as well. Yeah. Oh, I did the ride this summer from Seattle. Yeah, we were in. I guess yeah, we were beyond Seattle. Um, um, we were at Whitby, and the ride is awesome. Like there's all this free land and the hot springs, and I would like totally do that. And then the great thing about Slab City is like you don't really have to save a lot of money to live there. You just need to be able to budget for the ride and be able to have like a minimum just to get by for food. But even that, you could barter and work if you are not too disabled or impaired in other ways. Oh, shoot. Oh, yay. Um, yeah, there are freight trains and there are like trains nearby. Like, yeah, yeah, there are. You hear them in the background here. That's actually where I would say jump on here and jump back out because, but those are the freight trains, and then the other trains. Yeah, they're there. You just need to take a ride from like LA or San Diego in, and there are always people going here. So you can look on the share ride or ask someone in Slab City, hey, is someone coming? Because you can just like really get like easily here. That's always what I kind of want to ask people, even though I know in the Bay Area, like take a ride out here and see that there are different ways to live. I'm not saying you need to live here. I'm just saying like, hey, I've learned here that I don't need to live in a one room like unit without a kitchen and restroom for $800 a month and be beaten. I can do this differently, and it does take some skill set. But again, there are always people around everywhere. Yeah, I would like to go. Oh, I will look up Houston because I'm kind of strange that I missed it in the news. Like I've been watching. Ow! Some windstorm. I know, Papa, you're not happy, yeah? Oh, silly. Wait, where's the dog? Oh, she's sitting there. Yeah, I will look up Houston. I'm surprised it's not shown up on the CNN news as yet. No, they're talking too much about. There's another. I don't want to say too much in words, but a situation, emergency situation going on in the Netherlands, in Utrecht, the city where actually I was attending art school at some point, and people got killed. And it is suspected that someone with a darker color might have been behind this. And so, besides New Zealand this week, there's a lot that took over the news. Sorry to hear that, Joe. Because Nebraska, also the people like bridges are just slowing away. Like they've just flown away. Like I don't understand. To be honest, I don't want to get political, but this would be kind of a time to make an emergency. I don't know. What did the president do now for Nebraska and like situation like in Texas and um gosh, but th- there are people dying there right now. Um, so yeah, Slab City is definitely worth like um. I know. I believe we should we should kill it. Wait, how can I kill it? It's this horsefly that terrorizes all. It has us sitting here together, huddled together. There's always something. Um, there's these two horsefly that is like terrorizing all of us. The big dog, is back to the car. Easley has had it with the horsefly. I will look it up, Joe. Like I follow the news a lot because I don't want to be so like secluded in like my own little world. It is really easy to do when you have to like just think of your basic needs, and I think it's like yeah, important to keep other like world perspectives and situations uh, in perspective, actually, to keep my own situation in perspective and to be grateful and not take things for granted, which I don't. But um, um, so you know, it's getting very hot from April to October. It's like you can survive here, and even if you wanna like sleep in the hostel with access to like I guess electricity or something, or and also some safety, to be honest, it's like between $15 and $25 a night. But you can just be anywhere really. And people will also share the space if you ask them, if you meet them, and um, you are like easier to get along with me. Um, but there are also lots of people like me here, so it's all different kinds. I just yeah, I want people who I've lived with or who I know from the Bay Area, if like get a chance to see it here, just to kind of be exposed to different lifestyles and that economy and life circumstances sometimes brings us here, or sometimes by choice if you're a snowbird. The older people they have these big RVs and stuff, and they kind of makes that place kind of unique compared to other places that either all RVers, snowbirds, or mostly like squatters or homeless people. We have a combination here, and I try not to say we because I don't really consider myself as one of the slabbers. One, because I don't stay in the summer, and two, um, I don't need to necessarily, not to be offensive, or not offending anyone. Yeah, I used to hop a train. There, a lot of people come through freight trains here, and they. So this one literally stops in an island. It literally stops 4 miles away, or like 3 miles away actually, because the train rails is a mile in, 2 miles. Yeah, so 2 miles away, and it's always stops here, so you can jump off, and they are it's always flagged. So just be careful because the border control can um come on, and I've had American citizen gotten like pulled off the train by by the border patrol, which I thought was funny. They didn't think it was funny. um, it wasn't funny. I realized with all these guns and stuff because they do consider the a not so legal activity. But then again, um, there's a lot of things like not very legal. So just be careful, basically. Um, there were like there were like um Oh, hey, the hummus is swimming finally. Sorry, guys. It's probably not very interesting, but where's the duck? Look, he's swimming. He's that warm. We only have a few more days, and we're gonna go to the canal where I can fish the duck out. We're waiting for something from Slab City, to be honest. Oh, look at that boy. No, Guinness, that's his favorite activity. Guinea, leave him for a second. Guinness. Oh god, that fly. So that's Aki. Every time I try to enlarge it, I get a text. Let him, Guinness, let him roll. He likes to roll. Oh, Guinea. Oh, Guinea. In a minute, I'm gonna pick up a garbage bag and we're gonna like clean some stuff. I guess it's called trash tag or something. Maybe we should do that right now anyway, because the duck is busy. See, she tends to come after me, and that's kind of like not very cool. Um, Maybe I can sneak out real quickly. Wait, my key's on here. Shit. Wait, let me put my shoes better on because I'll be falling in the rock and stuff. Oh, okay, and then keys. I'm thirsty, to be honest. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so in the back there is all the sea. I don't know if you see it. Because the weather's a little hazy. Wait, let me not stand there on the top and I'm not even supposed to. So this is like a very good flow. Again, that's Mexico. You're looking at Mexico with my signal there. And I sit in the garden today because it's kind of the only state. It's okay. Um, Let me drink some water. Um, I'll get some water in there. Yeah, I know. The fly is bothering you. Yeah. Let's get a bag. There are like these tabs that you can like soak with water and it turns into toilet paper tissue, but it's wet and that's kind of the last thing you really want. Let me open the door real quickly. Wait, is the key? Okay. I'm so glad these people leave us alone. People. Oh, no. You put something in between so it doesn't like lock you in. Okay, you can jump out where you need to. Oh, let's keep the door open. You can push open. Okay. Oh god, that fly again. The fly is back. Here. This is it. We're scared of the Dan Ellie killer at Sled City. Come, guys. See, Papa will watch the car. No, Sil. Pop, go sit in the shade. Hey. Pop, already access to the car. Uh, what we're having for dinner? Oh, you're welcome, Matthias. I didn't think too much about dinner because we're getting out of money. um, but I have some gluten-free pasta, so I was able to buy that, and then the dogs have food, thankfully. So I'm very thankful. But normally I would like add that with some veggies and some meat, and well, I ain't complaining, to be honest. It's good, but it's not necessarily what I eat normally. What are you eating? For answering your questions, and there are a lot of other videos about Slab City that are very informative because I'm just having one perspective, and again I try to explain kind of if you have different resources and different skills and different privileges, you just have a different experience at Slab City, um, based on the that you bring more or different things that makes you less vulnerable or maybe more vulnerable. So be aware of that. That's all. And there are lots of videos that really give kind of a great spectrum of perspectives of people who have different things bringing in there. Though I don't see too many people like me actually on it who are kind of very raw. Um, the people who kind of go through. Here, Ecky's sitting here. She's doing really well, Ecky. Oh, are you happy? Yes, sitting in the shade. It's okay. We're just trash tagging. Oh, Ecky, he's so happy. I hope she gets to eat a little bit because, wait, let me get her some dandelions. She likes dandelions. That's actually what she was asking. Oh, I hope she, no, she doesn't. Here, 1 second. What are you having for dinner tonight, Joe? Yeah, I was going all over, like especially if you just come from Seattle and back to like they would drive you from like Seattle or anywhere Portland or anywhere from Northern California to you just want to time it a little bit with the season. Yeah, I know Cornelia Corn and Cause. That's good. That's good. Again, they also just have kind of one kind of perspective, you know. They're kind of isolated, to be honest. Both. It's funny that you mentioned those. 'Cause I seen Voodoo Man. I met a Voodoo Man or something, Voodoo Child or something at the hot springs, and I only realized that later that we were like both vloggers. And then Paul Barger is like somewhere around, but um, I also like follow, but I follow more the nomad people because that's kind of the people I kind of like more like want to make know things from and how they kind of live their life. I think Cos and Corn are kind of in a different ballpark of like they kind of live there, um, and that means they have a lot more kind of going for them. Not because they live there, but because the power they hold. And that's all I can say about it because I'm terrified of it for one of those people. That she's hurt me, or they. Dave hurting. Haha. The, oh gosh. The flies. There are lots of flies here. There's horse flies. Come, Hamed. I'll kill the fly for you. Oh. Oh, now it comes after me. Ah. Oh, cool. Oh, 15 bean soup. This sounds good. Uh, I think that's something really great to make for the when you're on the go as well. Okay, and now I'm like cleaning with the dogs. Oh, hang on, wait, I'm on the wrong. So I'm cleaning with the dogs the area that we are at, and I do that a lot. Like I spend an hour or two wherever we are, trying to like not just reduce my footprint, but other people's footprints. And that's why I'm kind of in the other video. I'm kind of ashamed that like I'm not saying that we need to have a trash service. I'm just saying as a community, just because you live some for free doesn't mean you cannot agree on where you could make a trash area until you have found a solution, which there are partial solutions on the way, but it's all on our expenses basically. We need to get the hauling trucks, we need to get it to place. We need to have it all bagged. Again, that's what we normally pay people for, and be so thankful for. Because I know that we're all very thankful for our garbage servicemen, who continue their work, like regardless. And in Slab City, that is kind of very much of a problem. And I feel like if you're gonna talk about living somewhere for free, no, it's not free of our responsibilities. It means that that is on our shoulders, and if that is the best that we can do, I'm ashamed. I'm really ashamed. Because again, this is America, so I think we can do better, and there've been solutions for it, but again, what I'm asking is like, can we please find a way to like put the trash in one place or two places, or separate it, or instead of just sort of living amongst it, because I'm like, okay, if there is no laws anyway, then and there is no trash service, then can we make a trash service? Yeah, some people burn it. It's just too much to burn, to be honest. Like, we get a lot of these bad fumes, and people actually, there is a significant, like, higher amount of, like, incidents, I feel like, with cancer and other very interesting autoimmune disorders there. So we're trying not to burn everything. And the video that I just put on, that's just behind the library, or beyond the library, not behind, beyond the library. And I'm shocked. I'm like, oh gosh, this is like worse than I've been in places where, what's called sort of developed third country or something. They clean even things up. Like, okay. Yeah, it's very bad, to be honest. I just put up the last video. I think it's maybe loading up right now. But I Pastor Dave's household itself was just not only from the, ow, That is that horsefly again. Um, the past days, I have him in two movies, like, and now also a minute ago again. It's not just from the accidental fire. He um, he just lives like that, and it's really hard to address that alone. Like, people who I know, they have a team working with them, and they pay people, or they work their butt off, and they're not dying of cancer or whatever weird stuff I'm dying of. Um, so that's what it kind of comes down to with like this free world. That it's for me, it really comes down to like just like in the old days, if you have more power and physical power, you have more, and otherwise you're screwed. And that's where I think society came in, kind of to create a. Ow! God darn it! Ah, oh, Bobby, helping me? Oh yeah. Oh. Do you like that? Yeah. The McDonald's ball made it up to the beach. Oh, Sil. Sil, I'll catch it. I'll catch it. Oh, here, there's a bloody fly they're running the damn dogs away too. um, oh, hang on, wait. I guess this is actually a trash can. Or maybe we can take a picture of this. So trash can. Okay, so that's where the train is, like 3 miles up that way. And it comes from there all the way. Oh, actually from the other place where we were at in the video, San Bernardino. Um, um, I think we can walk back, guys. It's kind of clean. You're welcome. I'll try. Ah, Lord. Bob, relax. Relax, you. God, we'll be in the snow next week. Oh yeah, I will look you up because I thought I seen you before, and then I kind of disappeared from the channel last week for a minute. Yeah, I'll look you up. I would like to see you. I think I've seen I think I've seen your movies, to be honest. Okay. I think it was a very good idea to pick up trash right now. We can do this in the morning or something. This is where we normally do that. Oh, Guinea, you love your water. Alright, well, Nice to meet you, Thumbs. I hope to see you at Slab City maybe next fall. Or I'll be back up in Washington, to be honest. I'm about to drive up in a month or so. I'm picking up. I can't really pick it up, to be honest. There's the duck is still sitting there. She's very good. She's doing very good. I want her as much and as long as in the water, as long as she's not drowned. Guys, come. Okay. I don't know how this stuff comes here because this is kind of a fishing reservoir. And I've cleaned up for several times now, so I don't know why it keeps coming back. There are not too many people here, you know. We'll try to keep it that way. Oh, okay, so I can do the dress back in a minute. It's still kind of hot to freaking like just sit in the car and do nothing. Yeah. So Thanksgiving is the kind of the start of the season, but I would come like a little bit before that so that you kind of come before the regular mass and you can kind of figure out where you want to be and who you want to meet. And then now it's kind of like that phase out stage that people are leaving and that it's getting too hot. And I'm definitely too hot there. Guinness, it's too hot for that. Come here. Come here. It's too hot. Why don't you sit in the shade, Bob? Go sit in the shade of the car. Yeah, good job. She's not working. That's his collar. Oh, again. Oh, Papa, there goes that fly again. I've never seen them that scared. Bees don't scare them. Guinea. So, does anyone else have a question? Because I see there's some people on, and then maybe available to like answer another question before I try to make my way back. It's too hot, guys. The problem with living like this is that as soon as it gets in extreme, so either too windy or too sunny or too wet or too snowy, it's over. Yeah, you know, I overstayed for like 3 years in a horrible situation. Actually, 10 years to be honest. If I had known, it's just really like we're so used to like, yeah, the duck is sitting there in the water. She's right there. She's there. Did you see her? She's just like better in the water yet. She can't walk on the land as yet. She's very happy. This keeps her cool, and she's strong enough to stay warm. Yeah, so um I I I regret like every single day that I overstayed, thinking that I needed more money. If you can manage now, especially like it's not just Slab City, it's like the Sierras too. Like once you know kind of how to live, wait, um, even without a car, like with a tent, or like if you know like how much you need for food, the living is free and so and safe, and so um it's just like even this year there's free water from the ranger stations, and there's like 3 times a week uh, a church meal, like um that all helps, and you don't need that much. Though I do say like with the car it has become much more expensive, but nothing compared living somewhere and paying $800 $900 for a little room that's actually small. It was smaller than my car. That, you know, I don't regret leaving. And that doesn't mean that for the first 3 years, this is my fourth year, that I cried almost every day, just from like being stuck in other like basic need kind of emergency situations. But now I know that, and I've built on those experiences, and it feels very freeing actually. Ah, that fly again. We still haven't killed it. Oh, that fly's back. This is my dog at its finest. Hey, get me. My dogs are kind of retiring with this lifestyle, so um, I try to kind of transition from like having ability to store my stuff in a tent to like finding the vehicle. Like I like these vintage kind of buses, not necessarily school buses, but like I had a trolley Chicago bus, like yeah, a trolley bus. No, I haven't been in Houston. I'd like to go to Texas actually. This. Ow! Ow! That damn fly! Oh God! It's got us. It's sitting there. It drives us berserk. This would not be a good day to film on set. Maybe all jumping about. So yeah, I'd like to come to Texas, and I would like to drive to Colorado and then pass by New Mexico because that's where I went to school in 2001. So I don't know why we didn't make it to Texas ever actually. There, it's always California. I hear people are a little bit more laid back there. I was in Georgia before and I loved it. I loved it. I just loved the southern. It reminds me of the Caribbean, like especially New Orleans. Jeez, we've never been terrorized by anything so minor. Oh God, there it is! Jesus, it's there. It's sitting there. We should kill it. Yeah, guys, nothing ever like dies when you just chase it away. You gotta let me catch it. Let me catch it. I'm thinking kind of about like the things that happened in the news and stuff. Like I just thought of Houston, and then I remember that I met a fellow student once. She had like relocated from Bosnia to Houston, Texas, and how hard it was for her and her mom, and that they lost everything, and that they seen their dad like die, and she made it all the way through law school, and she's, I don't know, lobbying somewhere pretty high up, and just how much she contributed to this country, or has contributed to this country, and how like much the discourse sort of takes a one-sided way. And I'm like, no, but I know all these people who've overcome all these amazing things, and they're doing all these amazing things still today in this country. So I'm kind of zoning out on that, because I I kind of do see the news as like important, but it might be a little bit one-sided as well. Like it's not a lot happy news. Like let's put it that way. Yeah, we have to go soon. Once they're up north, when the trees. First of all, there'll be snow, still where we're going, and then God, I don't know if it's smart to drive back all the way to San Diego, but we'll see. Um, I'm petting my dog here. He's kind of hot. Like, um, his hair is falling out as we speak. I'll brush a little bit on it later. Okay, brush. And then Hummy is a corgi Aussie. Uh, a Merrill. I like Merrills. This is not a guinea. We're gonna have to find another solution for you. Guinea gets a little stressed out about traveling. Um, yeah. And I don't know, when I noticed that, I kind of tend to take action and to see if there's another situation better for her. I will transition into a vintage bus, but I need to save some money, and I haven't had a chance to do that. Hi, Hummy. Yeah. I don't know, what is that? A splinter? Wait, it has a splinter. Oh, yeah, I know. Hummus, that's a cactus or something. Wait, let me take it out. They're sensitive. He has or something. Black cactus. Wait. Where'd it go? Is it gonna hurt it? Okay, well, we'll find it. Duck is still cooling off in the water there. We have to get back to the slabs, and then we'll go back to the canal. But there's no hurry in this, to be honest. Which I kind of appreciate. Oh, That's a damn fly again. The no, no, no. God darn it. There comes okay. Okay. Is the fly still bugging you? The horse fly. Oh, that comes again. Um, it's like beginning of April because I would have a little bit gas money to go. And also we need to wait for some results from the medical whether they would approve to or deny actually to have me state California statewide covered again, so I can see that doctor besides the primary care doctor. There comes. Look. Hi, Aki. You have a good time. Look who's dry. Look who's dry in the chest. Yeah, you like it, eh? You say hi. Who does fly? There. Now you're gonna see where she's gonna go route down in a minute. I have to go get up to help her. Look. Boom. Oh yeah, you're standing, Aki. Here, that's a kitten ball. Good job, Aki. Come on, I'll help you. Hopsy. Hopsy. Hopsy, hopsy. And then I put her here. Look, her legs are problems. And again, I have that too. It looks a little bit shocking, but it's will be getting better and better. Here, up. Yeah. Hopsy. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I got you, Aki. Relax. Let's get over. You want to turn around? Okay. 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 Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, you're good, eh? I know, you're so good, so happy. So this is all really improvement. It's just really shitty to see. And to see her from. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I need to get you to eat some more tonight. Yeah. Hoopsie. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But, yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I put her like this. Oh, I put her like this so she can prop herself up, and that gives her legs kind of the exercise that she needs to remember to stand straight. Because just like my own legs, they flop back. But right now she's practicing it perfectly. And then this leg, she can do too. It's just she needs one side to balance. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, yeah, you're good. So, but this is like 100%, like 80% like difference. They're pumping either water in or empty. I think it's emptying a little bit. Um, yeah, this is my babe. Um. Oh no, gosh, the paper. I had some trouble previously when I tried to accept help, and I'll look into it again. There's Venmo. Um, I'll look into it. Uh, I'm obviously not in like dire need, so um, so I'll look into it. I'll be thankful if I can like set something up please, like, don't break a leg for me. Um, I know they're sending corn and cost care packages, but I am a home care person, so and I tend to have her send care packages to other people. Um, so I'll look into that for Venmo or PayPal. The dog is. Look, this is very, very stable for now. This is kind of problem is she starts to do this now again when we're driving. So I'm like, wait, why is she flopping about? But she's not. She's actually just balancing, and that's really necessary to keep those legs from like growing like permanently. Like last summer, the duck had her legs grown permanent like this, and I think something similar happened. It's either got like poisoned, um, or yeah, that causes these problems. And yeah, 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 good job. Yeah, yeah, good job, good job. There you go. Yeah, good job. Ah, I, I, there you go. So I'm always with her. She never is on. And the dogs are there too. Yeah, there you go. Here, let me. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Hop up, hop up, hop up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good job. Yeah, good job. Good job. Okay, so. Oh, he's swimming again. He loves it too. Oh, Ami. Thank God they're near the water. No, Guinness, Guinness, leave him now. Guinness, Guinness. Hey, leave him. Come here. Guinness. No, you're fine, honey. Yeah, you want to roll the ball? Yeah. I hold her to practice with her balance, basically. And again, it really matters. Um, yeah, this summer the duck, her legs had grown within a day or two sitting, and so that's why I made sure that she is up like every hour that I switch her places. I give her water several times an hour, food, and then I make sure that she moves her legs, and it seems to have helped. Um, the problem with her legs will take a little bit longer because it's been only 2 or 3 weeks. But hey, Aki, can you handle it? Yeah. Yes, yeah. Good, look at that. Oh. And this is important that she can preen herself because that allows her to get the oil from the back of the tail all over, and then she doesn't drown. But she couldn't move her neck, and it's still kind of from she couldn't clean herself. So yeah, I'll see the news in a minute because I don't know. I watched Rachel Maddow who often mentions that because the plan probably was not very secure, and she has probably a whole backstory about that. And then yeah, I'll look it up because that sounds kind of a not covered thing. There is probably a bigger story behind why that exploded at that plant. So there's a chemical. Someone in the chat room with me on live stream is Joe. It's in Texas, Houston, Texas, and there was a chemical plant that had a fire, and it has kind of really contaminated the whole air, and that hasn't been in the news that I've watched, and I've watched actually the whole night news by accident, and then even this morning, afternoon, I sort of glued to the news, and it's funny because there was no Houston, there was Nebraska, there was the Netherlands, New Zealand, the president, but no Houston. And again, there will be probably a reason why that plant went on fire. The chemical plant, yeah. You like the feeling. Here's my water. Don't touch my water. This is actually what she does 80% of the day normally, so I'm very glad that she's breathing again. 20% of the day. Wait, what kind of bird was that? In in the back there's like a palm tree orchid. Like they've grown palm trees there, and then there's a lemon orchid there. Um, it's kind of interesting. 'Cause the palm trees are native to Canada. That's very good. I'm so glad. Um, 7 tanks. Whoa. Yeah, this is a kind of an interesting story about it. Um, the president in Texas kind of updating me about the situation and how the exploded. Two tanks exploded at the chemistry plant, and I find it kind of weird that I haven't heard that on the news because it contaminated the whole weather. I don't know if there's any victims and stuff, but I think that's kind of interesting. Um, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there you go. Good job. Good job. There you go. Oh, yeah, relax into it. Mm-hmm. It's my snorky snorky. Well, that's really bad for the air and the people who have to be evacuated. So the fire cannot be put out in Houston at the chemistry plant, and it might burn 2 more days. Is what Rose is telling me. And again, this is a chemistry plant. um, in a, it sounds like near a residential area where the smoke at least goes to. Rachel Maddow probably has it on the news with the whole background story of why they cannot turn that fire out right now. I can eat a little bit more tonight. Can eat a little noodles. Can eat noodles. Oh yeah. Um, so when she stands on two legs too high up, this leg flops over, and or one of them. This one you see it even. It flops over, and it shouldn't be actually because it hurts a lot. And that's kind of comes. It has a lot to do, like similarities with the botulism description of the damage that it does. So I think she gotta talk to him. I'm kind of careful where I put her the next time out. Okay. Oh yeah. She thankfully pooped on like the mats. She's like when she poops. I know. Still, we'll go soon. Problem of the south is that there's not a lot of shade. Um, and so once we're a little bit up north, there's the trees kind of get it down. Okay, okay. There you go. One second. So she needs to have a tail tucked in her to keep herself stable, and it's like a lot of like tension for her. But let's get into the shade in the car. I think fly again. I think I'm gonna turn. He's still running from the fly. Yeah, look, he's looking. Where is it, Papa? Where is it? Ready to go? I know, it's not comfy, huh? Okay, we'll go. Come on, get ready. Let me get okay. I know, I think you should dip in the water one more time. Oh, yeah. There you go. Oopsie. No, I can't just throw her in the air. She would like fall real bad. Aki's like, her head is right here. It's kind of hard to keep her. One second. Yeah, Aki. Hungry. Oh, you're still. Wait, going. Relax, relax. 1 second. Hang on. Wait, where is the worms for? I got a new one.